Today, the world is heavily affected by corona outbreak. Every person globally has been afraid due to the easily spreadness of this virus, which was started from Wuhan, a city in eastern China. It came into existence since December 31, 2019 and is rapidly broadening throughout the world. Till today's date, it has been reported that 3,486 people has been already suffered to deaths, out of which 3,073 people from China and 413 from other parts of the world. So, here we discuss the global impact of COVID-19 and its update. Also, many of you might be wondering, how safe is Nepal from coronavirus? Here we discuss that too. Let's start. What are the most affected countries from coronavirus COVID-19? China. As per the latest report, the country has 80,813 confirmed cases and 3,073 of death cases of coronavirus. This is the most affected country globally by COVID-19. South Korea. Similarly, as per the latest report, this is the country with the confirmed cases of 6,767 and the death cases of 44 due to corona outbreak. Iran. The fourth most affected country globally due to the outbreak of corona. As per the latest report, it has the confirmed cases of 4,747 with 124 death cases. And it is believed the number of people getting infected are increasing more rapidly and the death numbers will soon increase by drastic numbers. Italy. Also, this is the third most affected country with 4,636 confirmed cases with death cases of 197 as per the latest report, and stand first within European region, followed by France with 212 confirmed cases and 4 death case. Japan. This is also the country which is now being affected by increasing rate. It has the confirmed cases of 408 with death case of 6 as per the latest report. Every day number of infections are soaring and death number are also increasing. Due to easy transfer of virus from one to another person, these numbers keep increasing according with newer countries being added to list. The countries mentioned above are the topmost countries affected by the coronavirus, but nevertheless, we've many countries other than these which are being affected by the global corona outbreak. Now, let's check those countries. And before talking about how safe is Nepal from coronavirus, let's talk about the rapid increase in confirmed cases of the latest COVID-19 outside the mainland of China. We found very less confirmed cases till January last week, starting from the Western Pacific region. And now, if we compare the confirmed cases from January to present, we will be surprised by seeing the rapid increase in its epidemic curve. Now, let's check it out the curve too. Now, it's time to talk about the latest news and update regarding the weird COVID-19 virus in Nepal. So, how safe is Nepal from coronavirus or COVID-19? Till present, Nepal stands in the list of least affected countries globally with just one confirmed case. It was found in one Nepali student who landed Nepal on the 5th of January from Wuhan and has been already recovered. And, if we talk about the suspected case, then, it is 10, but we're lucky, no confirmed cases are found other than one, from January 5 till present. Also, on February 16, 175 Nepalese students were evacuated from Hubei province in China and were monitored at the quarantine zone in Karipati, Bhaktapur. After 14 days, they were back to home after the negative tests of COVID-19 virus. In March 2, they had suspected 4 people for COVID-19 and luckily the tests has gone negative. So, till today, the 8th of March 2020, we've just the single confirmed case and has already been treated well and recovered. The government is also becoming very active and doing things very seriously and taking strict actions regarding COVID-19. What is Nepal government doing regarding COVID-19 virus? Since a week, Nepal government is becoming very serious regarding the issue of coronavirus and spreading the high amount of awareness among the Nepali citizen. Also, they have temporarily suspended on arrival visas to Nepal for 5 different countries which has been highly affected by COVID-19 virus: China, South Korea, Italy, Iran and Japan, and undertake into action from the 10th of March 2020. However, they can issue visa from the Nepal mission situated on their countries. Also, the temperature screening via thermal cameras and self-reporting has been already implemented on Tribhuvan International Airport, the only international Nepal airport. Also, they have an ambulance on standby right there in order to carry the patient immediately if they found any suspected cases. And also, they've restricted the flights from China so that the risk of spreadness of COVID-19 is highly minimized. If anyone gets suspected with coronavirus while entering the country via TIA, they are kept into quarantine for 14 days for compulsory and will be released only if the tests comes negative for COVID-19. As Nepal shares the border with two huge countries, it's important to keep an eye not only towards the air route but also equally towards the land route as well. So, they've already closed the border point of Tadapani, the famous land routes to trade with China, since January 31, 2020 due to the outbreak of novel coronavirus. And, as there is an open border between Nepal and India, now they are being strict on people, Indians or third countries' nationals, entering the country via land routes through India due to high influence of COVID-19. Now, they've fixed some border points only through which they're allowed to enter Nepal. Also, they'll be getting their visas only for third nationals, as visa is free for Indians only after their health checkup for Indian nationals too, through either the border points of Raksal, Sunauli, Karkarvita, Jagabani, Gadachaki and Jamuna, Nepalgan. Also, the government was planning to celebrate the year 2020 as Visit Nepal year, but now, due to the high risk of novel COVID-19, they've suspended all the promotional events and activities related to Visit Nepal 2020. Now, they've started putting hands together for spreading awareness and safety regarding the outbreak of novel coronavirus. Is Nepal safe to travel during this period? As the information and data above prove that we've very less risk of getting coronavirus, and it's a very best news for those who wish to travel this Himalayan country. Even in this period, we're finding many foreigners traveling the country and enjoying the beautiful nature and mountains. It is not that they are traveling on their own risk, but the reason is the chance of being prone to COVID-19 is very less, nearly zero, when you move towards the remote region where you get very less people in contact with perfect and refreshing atmosphere. So, in conclusion we say, yes, Nepal is safe to travel even in this period. But the thing is you should be fit, healthy and don't have any symptoms that predicts COVID-19 virus. Final words, as you could see we've the risk only from imported cases and it's already started getting minimized by the action and strictness of Nepal government in TIA and other border points. So, what's the conclusion? You've read the article. It is your turn now. What do you think? How safe is Nepal from coronavirus? Leave us your thoughts on coronavirus, its consequences, suggestions and way that your country is tackling with this outbreak. Thanks.